Alright, what's up everybody? So, another trade, another win today. How do I kind of break this down, right? You can see my executions, so you can see, interact brokers live, blah blah blah. So, real count. So let's kind of go through, but first I want to bring it back with the replay real quick. So y'all can kind of understand what I was seeing when I came into the market. So coming into the market, this is what I saw, right? um, 9 o'clock candle, we were looking something like this. And I was like, all right, cool. Where is it that I'm looking to go, right? We had these equal highs in here, equal hourly highs. I was like, all right, cool. Once I get swept, I'm going to trade the reaction of that sweep. So let's cut down to a 5 minute real quick. On the 5 minute, we had a little bit of a situation. So this is our high, H1 equal highs, block, cool. We had a little bit of a situation though. We had internal equal highs. So I was like, all right, cool. We may come into these internal equal highs and go lower. How can I kind of make that work? We got this right here. So these are the internal equal highs. Boom. We come in. We have this internal FEG. We have this IFEG. If I entered here, where am I targeting? Is this a trade that makes sense? Absolutely not. Where does my stop have to be? Really and truly above the body of the candle that broke it. So trading something like this makes absolutely no sense to me. Actually, I was going to trade it to the equal lows like that, and we wouldn't even hit that. So I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Let's just kind of wait for the H1 to happen, which does happen. All right, so let's just kind of play through. I don't even know how to use this. Shift forward. All right. Boom. So here we go. Price comes in. We sweep that inverse. I'm looking now, okay, where can I look to get in? Where can I get in? At this particular moment, I'm kind of skeptical. I'm like, yo, we really swept this quite aggressively. Are we actually going to come back down to do anything of note? And that's where that candle comes in, right? When I see this candle, I'm like, okay, cool. We came in, we swept the first inverse FEG. Swept. What am I talking about? We broke the first IFEG. I was like, okay, cool. Are we gonna be able to get in to something like this? And how do I look on the 15 minute? So on the 15 minute, I see we have this crazy rejection going on. I'm like, all right, cool. On the 5 minute, you'll see that we're pushing hard. I'm like, all right, cool. This is gonna be the entry right here, which it was. I think, yes, boom. So this is the candle that broke my inverse. Enter, stop above the body, or literally the wick of this candle. That breaks the IFEG. Target these equal lows. Originally, I was taking partials here and targeting this low, which did work out perfectly. But I looked at the P&L and I was like, yo, this is pretty much the biggest trade I've ever had. Why am I going to be greedy and not take the money? All right. So I've built myself quite a nice buffer now. So next trade, I'll hold it. But yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Let's just take this here, see what happens. And let me get rid of this playback tool. And you can see with the executions, boom, pretty much right at open. And you can see this one, this is a little bit short, to be honest, but this was the target. The reason this was short is I had to manually close it. Why did I have to manually close it? Well, I couldn't place limits there. Not limits. This would have been a buy stop. I couldn't place a buy stop there because apparently I had too many contracts on. A bit of an issue I'm trying to work out. So how I have to place trades is when I mark it, it doesn't give me an option to move my stop loss and TP. It just gives me an option to put other limits on. limits or stop orders. So for example, for this I'll be in, then this would have been a sell, a buy, no, buy stop up here, and then this would have been a buy limit down here. It didn't allow me to put in the buy limit, so that's just kind of how it went. But anyways, so as you can see, we came in, we tapped in, and by the time I closed, we had pulled back a little bit. It's whatever. But ultimately, we did come down to our full take profit, or which would have been our full take profit. But I closed out here. I was fine, content, no issues, and we keep it rolling. So that is the trade of the day. Very happy with the results and very happy with the way in which I traded. Mentality in the trade, no issues whatsoever. Very confident and whatnot. So yeah, that's a trade review or trade recap from today.